Imagine this, you have lots of documents, a few websites, maybe even a YouTube video, and you're asked to turn all of that in a clear, concise and compelling presentation fast. That's usually when one question comes to mind. How can I do this faster, smarter and with less effort? In this video, I'll walk you through step by step how to use NotebookLM to start your research from scratch, ground everything in real source, and then turn all of that content into a slide presentation with just one click. And it doesn't stop there. We will take that presentation into Canva and show you how to polish that text, change fonts and colors, and even remove the watermarks. So by the end of this video, you'll clearly know how to do one thing: turn raw information into a professional presentation. If you're ready, let's not just waste of time anymore. Let's jump into NotebookLM and start with a practical, real-world example. I am Dinçer Aydın. I'm a Udemy instructor and AI educator with 2 best-selling Nano Banana Pro courses. On this channel, I share practical, real-world AI workflows that help you create cinematic visuals with confidence. Let's begin. Let's jump straight into our example. I'm in NotebookLM now. How do we access it? We go to notebooklm.google.com. Let me also show you the step before this. If you need to open a new page, you click Create New, which opens a new notebook and takes you to the NotebookLM panel. From here, we can pull in documents from Google Drive, add the link of any web page or a YouTube video, or simply copy and paste any document we have into this area. That also includes web pages, because sometimes NotebookLM may not directly ingest a web page on its own. Now, I'll click Discover Source because I want to search for something new. Let's type something like this. What is the impact of humanoid robots on everyday life? And what future developments can we expect? For example, we're going to prepare a presentation on this topic. You can ask NotebookLM any question you want, whether it's about business life or everyday life. Right here, you can also see that it asks whether you want a quick search or a deep search. We've entered our prompt as a quick search to move faster. Let's start the research. Yes, within a very short time, NotebookLM has completed its research and created materials from multiple sources. We could have selected deep search to make it research even more thoroughly. But for now, just to keep this as an example and save some time, I'm clicking Import. And NotebookLM pulls these sources into its workspace. Of course, if you're doing a detailed study and really want to check for hallucinations, inaccuracies, or potential errors, I strongly recommend opening and reviewing all of these sources yourself. But for now, we'll continue with a more goal-focused review, so they don't create confusion. You can see the ones that are checked, those are the sources it included. One more important detail. If we remove all of them and select just a single source, NotebookLM will generate information based only on that source. Now, once we've imported these sources, if we want NotebookLM to create a slide presentation for us, we move to the right panel and select Slide Deck, which is currently in beta. As soon as we click this button, it generates an effective presentation built from all these sources, a summarized, high-level version of the content. I've done this before, so I want to show you an example right away. You can see it here, an effective presentation. Let's enlarge this section a bit. The presentation is made up of well-structured slides. Of course, you still need to review the slides. But overall, it's done a really solid job. The main focus is exactly what we'd expect, a general summary and key insights pulled from all the sources. And as you can see, it has created a clean, well-prepared slide deck. Of course, this is a very nice slide deck. But if we want a more targeted presentation, one that follows exactly what we want to extract from the content, we can do that too. To create a more focused deck, we stay in the beta slide deck panel on the right and click the pencil icon. You'll see two options here, detailed deck and presenter slides. We select presenter slides and leave it at the default setting, so not short but structured the way we want it. We keep the output language as English, and here I had already prepared a prompt for this. When we paste in that prompt, for example, we specify that we want a total of 10 slides, one introduction slide, around 8 content slides, and one final slide for conclusions, so 10 in total. We can define the style and explain the flow of the presentation right here. When we click Generate, NotebookLM prepares the deck based exactly on that prompt. I had already generated this earlier, so let me show it to you now to save time. As you can see, it created a 10-slide presentation, aligned with the goals we defined. It looks really good. This version also brings visuals more into the mix, which we had already specified in the prompt. So this becomes a much more targeted, purpose-driven presentation. Now, let's imagine this scenario. Gemini might have some word errors, or it can sometimes make mistakes in English outputs, or maybe you are going to use this presentation in front of a group or during a meeting. For that reason, the first thing we'll do is download it. You'll see a download button here. I'll show you the downloaded version right away. This is how our slide deck looks. This was our targeted presentation. As I mentioned, you might be presenting this in a live session or using it to brief people in a meeting. As you can see, the NotebookLM watermark is clearly visible on the right side. And if we look at an example like the new definition of the workforce, productivity, safety, and human-robot collaboration. Some of the words or phrasing here may not be proper Turkish. They could be inaccurate. Or maybe you simply want to change the font. So for all of that, we are going to upload this PDF into Canva and make our edits there. Let's move over to Canva. Now we're inside Canva. To bring in our PDF, we click Create a Design, then Upload. From there, we go to where our file is saved and upload it. We wait for it to finish uploading. Yes, it's uploaded. And now we've added the PDF into Canva's workspace. Let's select it and open the file. As you can see, the entire PDF has been imported into Canva. There's one important thing I want to point out here. If you first create a new page in a 16:9 format and then upload the PDF into that page, only the first slide will appear. That's why I recommend using this upload method instead. So why are we in Canva? Maybe there are formats or fonts in the presentation that we don't like. Maybe there are wording issues, spelling mistakes, or letter errors. And more importantly, NotebookLM added a watermark in the corner of the slide. To remove it, we use a very simple method. From the top panel, we click Eraser, then choose Magic Eraser. We adjust the brush size, select the NotebookLM watermark and click Erase. And just like that, the watermark is removed. My second method also lets us change words or fonts and at the same time remove the watermark. After clicking the Edit button, I find the Magic Text app. The AI recognizes everything on the slide. For example, let's select one piece of text and click Grab. Now we can make any change we want here. Let's choose one of the text elements. Just select it. We can change the font or add new text exactly the way we want. To remove the watermark using this method, we go back into the Edit menu and select Grab Text. It scans the content again. For example, I select NotebookLM, click Grab, and now it becomes an editable panel that we can simply delete. Let me show you one more method, although this one isn't the healthiest approach. If we grab the watermark and drag it outside the page, you can technically remove it very quickly that way as well. But the risk here is that your layout and proportions might shift. So you need to be careful with this method. Finally, since we already uploaded our PDF, our presentation into Canva, there's one more useful tweak we can make. Let me show you. When you open any page, you'll see the color palette appear at the top. For example, here you can see the red tones. If I select one of them and decide I want to switch everything to yellow tones instead, I just choose yellow and all the red tones are automatically converted to yellow. This is really helpful when there are colors in the presentation you don't like or when you want to quickly recolor specific elements for emphasis. Finally, let's look at how to export the final output. We click Share and then choose Download. From here, you can select the format you want, most commonly PDF standard for presentations. Once you click Download, Canva generates the file and your final presentation is saved to your computer. At this point, your slides are clean, edited, watermark free, and ready to be used in a meeting, a presentation, or a live session. So, in this video, we covered how to use NotebookLM to do research, manage your sources, create a slide presentation, and then turn that presentation into something truly ready to present using Canva. If you're looking to save time and produce clearer, more polished work for meetings, classes, presentation, reports, or content creation, this workflow can be a really game changer for you. Now I want to hear from you. How are you planning to use NotebookLM? Will it be useful for your presentations, education, work, or personal projects? Drop your answers in the comments. I read every single one. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like it. And if you don't want to miss more practical, real-world use cases like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel. In the next video, we will explore how to use these tools in a more advanced and more strategic way. See you in the next one.